Hello, everybody. John Hinn with the Pulsing Cinema, and our movie today is the last Paramount Friday the 13th sequel, the last Paramount Friday the 13th sequel so far. It is Friday the 13th Part VIII, Jason Takes Manhattan, a special film. It's Of course, the title makes it out to be kind of totally jokey. I mean, it's totally like Jason takes, but the film is relatively serious. It's going back to a relatively serious type of vibe in the Friday the 13th film. My parents my mom specifically took me to see this film at that same tiny little theater in the tiny little town of Milton, Florida. The same theater that I saw Friday the 13th 7 in. Friday the 13th Part 8, or Part VIII, a 1989 film. The world was changing. The 80s were about to end. Friday the 13th was going strong on television right now. Remember the Friday the 13th television series, which was not about Friday the 13th at all. It was about a series of cursed antiques. From an antique store. Originally, the vision of that television series was going to be about Jason. It was going to be camp counselors and things. They changed it very early on, and it became what it became. But there is some weird overlap between the Friday the 13th television series and Friday the 13th Jason Takes Manhattan, because now we had Fred Mullen, who I guess had done the soundtrack of Friday the 13th 7. He was doing the soundtrack of Friday the 13th Part 8, which it just kind of, it's going away from the classic string score of Harry Manfredini. It's not necessarily bad. I mean, Fred Mullen is a really well-known, well-trained Canadian producer and recording artist, but it sounds less like Bernard Herrmann and more like a little kid, like hitting all the keys on a keyboard, on a synthesizer at the same time. It's just, that's how some of the big scenes just, it used to be Fred Mullen's like, and then in like 7 and 8, it's like, it just sounds like a kid who's just banging on the keys, just like some kind of retarded animal. But we finally get to see Jason on a cruise ship. How would he take to a pleasure cruise? He doesn't take very well, kills everybody on the cruise, and they eventually make it in a small dinghy to again, a class trip. You think about high school, graduating, a class trip. Let's get on a boat. Problem is, you're next to Camp Crystal Lake. And, well, it's Camp Crystal Lake in, like, Canada. Again, we've just totally, Camp Crystal Lake, now looks like British Columbia. It looks like these gigantic rolling hills and something. It's just totally ridiculous. Again, like Friday the 13th television series, this was shot in Canada, so the terrain looks totally different, Totally hoard themselves out, totally sacrificing any kind of visual consistency and look. Fuck it, we're going to shoot in Canada, and we're going to be on a cruise ship, and Jason's going to come after the kids on a cruise ship, and that's about it. Jason, again, Kane Hodder, a lot of heavy breathing. Jason seems to have asthma. Kane Hodder's Jason has a lot of asthma, and he's heaving up and down. He's gone away from being the wasted out zombie of Part 6 to this kind of hulking He-Man. But at least there's some consistency. At least he was the same hulking He-Man in Friday 7 as he was in Friday 8, But still a little bit ridiculous, but some interesting kills. The stuff on the streets of New York or Canada, pretending to be the streets of New York, was quite good. The guy who gets his head knocked off on the top of the roof of the building, Take Your Best Shot, Jason. Good stuff, cool stuff. You know, the ending with Jason in the sewers, you know, where he turns into baby Jason again, the kid Jason. Okay, all right, you know. And I loved the darkest side of the night burns to your. I love the theme song. This is the first, I guess, Friday the 13th that actually has a vocal theme song, right? Because now they could do it like, you know, they can make Friday the 13th into like Bond films where they have like a, because they already did one Bond intro at part 6. But anyway, this was the swan song for Friday the 13th on Paramount's dime for a while. And who knows what the future may hold. But in any case, there it is, part 8. I know that it came up, you know, I was changing. I was growing older by 1989 and really getting into Fangoria and really getting into this stuff. And it was a film which definitely kind of made. I read the Kane Hodder's on-set diary and Fangoria for this film, and a cool film.